If you've taken any trips this summer, you've probably been through some construction, but how did you get through it, right?
That's true. Austin says in construction zones and leaving congested areas, I've noticed central Kentucky citizens rarely using the zipper merge technique, thus backing up traffic more than it needs to be. So my question is, what are the benefits of zipper merging? Here's our Victor Puente with that answer to the good question.
People who study traffic say there are benefits to what is known as the zipper merge, but it requires some cooperation. The basic idea is instead of everyone getting over early when a lane is closed, drivers use both lanes and then take turns going into the open lane. Now, this is for dense, slow-moving traffic. A study in Minnesota found that the zipper merge could reduce traffic backup lengths by up to 40%. Minnesota is one of the states that started recommending the technique. Illinois also recommends it during heavy congestion. Now, one issue is some drivers will feel like people are cutting in line, but a AAA blog post says, quote, but research has shown that the zipper merge is more efficient because it uses more available road space for as long as possible, helping to keep traffic moving. Now, again, this technique is only for heavy congestion when traffic has slowed. If things are moving along at normal speed, experts say you should go ahead and get over as soon as you can. If you have a good question, just email us at goodquestion@wkyt.com. I'll see you on WKYT Mornings.